Okay, so you want to talk about a story with twists and turns? Buckle up, because we're diving into the world of Matt Gaetz.
Yeah. This is going to be good.
A congressman making headlines, not for his policies,
Right.
but for his,
Personal life.
yeah, his personal life. A House Ethics Committee report is about to drop
That's right.
concerning some pretty serious allegations.
Uh-huh. Sexual misconduct and drug use. Pretty wild.
But here's the thing. Gaetz is no longer in Congress, so what's the impact?
Well, it's a good question, and he seems to be trying to get ahead of the story.
Exactly. He's already fired back on social media, like a full-on preemptive strike. We've got his statement on X.
Formerly Twitter.
Right, formerly Twitter.
Yeah.
And a bunch of news articles reacting to it. He's claiming to be fully exonerated by the DOJ.
Yeah, that's a very specific choice of words.
So is he in the clear? Let's unpack this, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, so we've got Gaetz saying the DOJ investigated him and found nothing. Case closed, right?
Well, not so fast. You have to remember, the DOJ and the House Ethics Committee are different beasts.
Okay, how so?
Well, the DOJ is all about criminal wrongdoing, you know? Did he break the law? The House Ethics Committee is more about, did he break the rules of the House?
Ah, so like standards of conduct for members of Congress.
Exactly. And the consequences can be different, too.
So even though Gaetz isn't in Congress anymore, this report could still pack a punch.
Oh, absolutely. It could be a reprimand or even expulsion, though obviously that wouldn't apply here.
Right, because he's already out.
Exactly. But still, the report's findings could really damage his reputation, make it hard for him to run for office again.
Or even, get a job in the private sector.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of Gaetz's statement. He admits to womanizing, drinking, and smoking more than I should have in his younger years. I mean, is this a confession or a calculated move?
It's a good question, isn't it? I mean, on one hand, it's not exactly shocking to hear a politician admit to that kind of behavior.
Yeah, true. Boys will be boys.
Right. But the timing is interesting. By putting it out there himself, he might be trying to downplay or preempt more serious allegations. It's a classic PR move.
Get ahead of the story, control the narrative.
Exactly.
And then there's the irony of him saying others are thing over the country, given his own admitted behavior.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a bold statement.
Yeah, it's definitely a choice. But, it could be a way to deflect attention. Play the victor card. Appeal to his base.
So like a distraction tactic.
Possibly. By going on the offensive, he might be trying to rally support and discredit the investigation.
Okay, so speaking of controlling the narrative, Gaetz very specifically denies any sexual contact with anyone under 18.
Right, and that denial goes right to the heart of the initial allegations.
The ones that triggered the investigations in the first place.
Exactly. But remember, we're only hearing his side of the story right now.
True. We don't know what the House Ethics Report will say.
There could be evidence or testimony that contradicts his claims.
It's like we're in a political thriller.
Uh-huh. Yeah, kinda.
We've got these sources giving us hints, but the full story is still under wraps.
It's all very cloak and dagger.
And this is all happening against the backdrop of, Gaetz's relationship with Donald Trump.
Whoa, yeah.
He was a big supporter, wasn't he?
Huge. And Trump even considered him for a position at the Justice Department.
Wow. So the political stakes are pretty high here.
Absolutely. And then you've got the whole government shutdown looming over everything.
With the continuing resolution being debated right now.
It's like a powder keg ready to explode.
So much drama. Okay, so let's take a step back for a second. What happens when a politician's past catches up with them like this? What does accountability look like?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right, like how do we hold people in power accountable for their actions, even if those actions happened before they were elected?
It raises questions about their judgment, their fitness for office, their ability to represent their constituents.
And even if they're no longer in office, the damage is done.
Their reputation is tarnished. Their career might be over.
It's a stark reminder that actions have consequences.
Yeah, no matter who you are or what position you hold.
This deep dive has been a wild ride. We've gone from allegations of misconduct to political maneuvering to questions of accountability.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
It really makes you think about the intersection of politics, personal life, and public scrutiny.
And how the lines between personal and professional are getting blurrier all the time.
So what do you think? What does accountability look like in this new landscape?
That's the question we all need to be asking.
And remember, this is just the beginning. Who knows what revelations await us when that House Ethics Report finally drops?
We'll be watching closely, and you should too.
Stay tuned.
Definitely.